What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Iowa Retro Gamer Show, and tonight's discussion, or today's, I should say, might not be tonight when you watch this, but, so I had recently played through Super Mario Bros. 3 on my Switch, and I was kind of playing it, and I was hitting the same rut that I hit as a child when I got to the 8th world, and I want to say it was like the 2nd or 3rd airship or something like that, and I just kept dying and I couldn't get past it, and it was just so disappointing. And I just sat there and I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, even as an adult, I still cannot beat this area. Well, I told myself and I told my wife, who was sitting next to me, that I'm gonna beat this. I am definitely gonna beat this. So what I did is I started using save states, and I'd get partway through the level, still have some of my good stuff, then I would save it and then finish the level off. Well, then, I'd have 4 lives left, and I'd start losing them all on a different level. So then I started save stating before the level, so that way if I did lose on my level, lose on my lives, and I went backwards, I would not have to start over. And that started getting to me, and then when I finally beat the game, I got to Bowser, and I fought him, and I won. And I beat the game, and it just kind of started processing my head. Is like, did I officially beat this game even though I used save states? I mean, the same can be said about the fact that at one point I used warp whistles to get to the 8th world faster. Now, is that technically cheating too? Or, I don't know. That's kind of where the discussion goes. I like to think that using save states isn't necessarily cheating. I think with the way technology is working nowadays, they just didn't have that ability back in the day to do that. And with the way that the old-fashioned Nintendo hard games worked, was they wanted people to keep buying these games and renting them out and stuff. So instead of making these easily, accessible save files and stuff like that, they would just make it really hard, so you had to keep replaying it. So, obviously if you rented it, you couldn't beat it in one go, so then you'd have to keep renting it and spending more money and more money. And I also know that, when they had something to work with those NES games, they also didn't have much room on those things, nowadays with discs and stuff like that. They only had a couple hundred kilobytes, if that, to make a game. So it was coming down to, you have hard games like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and some of those other ones where it was like if you lost all your lives, that was it, you restarted. And then you had to try and go through all that crap again. And with my age nowadays and all my access to different games and stuff like that, I'm not stuck just playing 2 games for weeks, or waiting to rent another game. I have other games I can play. But when I really want to play a retro game, I really enjoy being able to either put my Retro Pi in, or use the Switch, or even I had the mini consoles too. So even these came with the save states on it, and I know I got pretty far in Castlevania 4 on here. I did use save states. I did get to the last world on Star Fox, and when I did, I save stated it before I got there, so when I got killed, I didn't have to go back to the start and redo all those levels again and blah blah blah. And I want to say on Earthbound, I ended up using save states too to kind of help me with some of the areas, especially if I was coming right to a boss. So that way, like I said, I wouldn't have to all that grinding I did up there in case I should do something stupid and lose on the boss, and then have to go back. There is a small bit of me that is confused about it and really thinks that maybe technically I didn't beat the game even though I got to the ending screen. But like I said, I think if they had the options back to do this, they would have had it easier, or made it easier to use, better checkpoints, more save spots. Because even on the NES, I don't really think they had very many games that you could save your spots. I think just games like Zelda and stuff like that. So that was really the discussion today, was, do you guys consider using save states cheating? Have you guys beat games using save states but don't count them? I know a lot of people that I follow here on YouTube, watching them play the older retro games, you know, like Megadan and them, just watching them play those old games and get very far and beat them, no problems and stuff like that. And then I try to play the games and I can't get anywhere on them. And it really makes me, you know, like, but I get impatient. And I think that's kind of why lately I've been playing mostly modern games, is because of all the areas that you can save, the vast amount of checkpoints, and just being able to sit down and enjoy the game more. So that's what we got, guys. I was going to challenge some people to do actual video response to this, but I will not challenge anybody certain. But I will be asking people, if you would like to do a video, go ahead and tag me in it so I can see response to this. I want to know whether or not you think that save states are considered cheating, and whether or not you personally used them at all in the past. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and as always, stay retro, my friends. Clickety click.